Have you ever stepped into a place and immediately sensed a lack of belonging? Perhaps the ambience felt oppressive, the dialogue exhausting, or the individuals present made you feel like an afterthought rather than a cherished guest. As we advance in age, we come to understand that not every location merits our presence, and not every dwelling offers a secure haven for our serenity and contentment. In this video, we are going to reveal 5 types of individuals whose homes you should thoughtfully avoid in your later years, places that can rob you of your joy, disturb your tranquility, and cause you to question your self-worth. If you're watching this video, comment "Great" below to show your interest in this vital topic. Now, let's delve into the first type of person whose home might not be the most conducive environment for your well-being as you get older. 1. The person who makes you feel unwelcome. There are few sensations more disheartening than entering a residence where your arrival seems like an imposition rather than a delight. It's a subtle yet unmistakable feeling. Perhaps it manifests as a perfunctory greeting at the entrance, a lack of genuine warmth in their smile, or conversations that feel strained and polite rather than sincerely engaging. You might observe them glancing at the time more frequently than they connect with you, failing to inquire about your well-being or appearing preoccupied, seemingly waiting for your departure rather than cherishing the moments spent together. As we mature, it becomes increasingly crucial to be discerning about where we invest our energy and with whom we choose to surround ourselves. Our time is a precious commodity, and our presence should never feel like a burden to anyone. If a particular home consistently leaves you feeling unappreciated, overlooked, or merely tolerated, it's a strong indication that your presence is not truly valued there. Relationships, whether with family, companions, or acquaintances, should be founded on mutual regard and appreciation, not on obligation or routine formalities. Instead of expending your valuable moments in places where you are met with indifference or subtle rejection, opt to be in the company of individuals who celebrate your being. A welcoming home is one where you are greeted with genuine warmth, where your narratives are listened to with interest, and where your presence elicits smiles rather than unease. You deserve to be in spaces where you are esteemed, not simply accepted out of a sense of duty. So, if you ever find yourself leaving a home feeling depleted, questioning the very reason for your visit, consider it a valuable lesson. Refrain from wasting your time in places where you are merely endured. Instead, dedicate your time to those who make you feel truly welcome, where you can be authentic, share laughter, and feel at ease. Life is far too brief to spend in the company of those who do not sincerely value you. If you resonate with this point, comment "Welcome" below. Now, let's move on to the second type of person whose home might be best avoided as you navigate your later years. 2. The person who thrives on drama and negativity. Some individuals seem to flourish amidst turmoil, almost as if they cannot function without it. Their homes are often characterized by persistent disagreements, tension, and an atmosphere of conflict. Complaints overshadow expressions of gratitude, shouting drowns out laughter, and regardless of how positive things could be, negativity invariably takes center stage. Spending time in such an environment can leave you feeling emotionally exhausted, mentally drained, and burdened by problems that are not even your own. These residences frequently revolve around recurring patterns of unnecessary strife, trivial disagreements that escalate into full-blown arguments, passive-aggressive remarks disguised as casual conversation, and a never-ending stream of gossip. Instead of being havens of comfort and refuge, they become battlegrounds where peace is a rare find. The energy is heavy, and the atmosphere is thick with tension, making even brief visits feel suffocating. As you grow older, your peace of mind should become a paramount priority. The more years you accumulate, the more you realize that time is too valuable to squander in spaces filled with animosity, bitterness, and needless stress. Surrounding yourself with negativity, even for a short duration, can have a lasting impact on your mental and emotional well-being. When a home is dominated by drama, it depletes your energy, disrupts your inner tranquility, and may even introduce unnecessary anxiety into your life. Instead, seek out homes where affection, kindness, and understanding form the foundation. You deserve to be in spaces that uplift your spirit, foster joy, and provide you with a sense of comfort and belonging. Life is too short to invest your time and energy in places that steal your peace. Choose environments that nourish your soul, where conversations are uplifting, and where you can truly unwind without the weight of someone else's chaos pressing down on you. If you've encountered this type of environment, comment "peaceful" below. This time, let's discuss the third type of person whose home might not be the most supportive place for you as you age. 3. The person who only needs you doesn't value you. There are some residences where you are welcomed, but solely when it serves the convenience of others. These are the places where your presence is not cherished, but merely tolerated when there is something to be gained. Perhaps they extend an invitation when they require a babysitter for their children, an extra pair of hands for household chores, or a loan to cover an unexpected expense. Yet, when you are the one in need, whether for companionship, emotional support, or simply a warm conversation, they are nowhere to be found. This kind of dynamic can be profoundly draining. It creates the illusion of friendship or familial closeness. But beneath the surface, it is entirely one-sided. You give, they take. You show up. They disappear when it's your turn to receive. If someone only reaches out to you when they need a favor, but never takes the time to check in, ask how you're doing, or offer support in return, it's a clear indication that they view you as a resource rather than a valued individual in their life. Your time, kindness, and energy are precious. Being generous and helpful is a commendable trait, but it should never come at the cost of being exploited or feeling unappreciated. A healthy relationship, whether with family, friends, or even neighbors, should be built on mutual care and respect. It should encompass more than just utility. It should include affection, concern, and reciprocity. Take a step back and assess, are you truly valued, or are you simply being used? If your presence is only acknowledged when there is a task to complete or a favor to grant, it might be time to establish boundaries. You deserve to be in spaces where you are wanted for who you are, not just for what you can provide. If this resonates with you, comment valued below. Now, let's consider the fourth type of person whose home might feel more like a burden than a joy to visit as you grow older. 4. The person who makes you feel like a burden. Have you ever visited someone's home and felt like you were not truly welcome? Perhaps the moment they opened the door, their expression dropped ever so slightly before they forced a polite smile. Maybe they sighed as they invited you in, their body language stiff and uneasy. They might glance at their watch frequently, subtly signaling that they have more important matters to attend to. Their responses to your conversation might be brief, distracted, or even dismissive, making it clear that your presence is more of an obligation than a pleasure. A home should be a place of warmth, a space where you are greeted with genuine enthusiasm and where your presence feels valued, not merely tolerated. True hospitality emanates from the heart. It cannot be faked for long. If you consistently sense that you are imposing, if the atmosphere feels heavy with unspoken impatience or reluctance, then it might be time to question why you continue to visit. No one should have to plead for someone's time, attention, or kindness. Your presence should not feel like an inconvenience or a favor someone is reluctantly granting. Respect yourself enough to step back. There is nothing wrong with desiring to be in spaces where you are truly welcomed, appreciated, and embraced. Life is too short to chase after individuals who make you feel like an outsider in their world. If you've experienced this feeling, comment respected below. Finally, let's discuss the fifth type of person whose home might not be the most conducive to your well-being and growth in your later years. 5. The person who disrespects you and hinders your growth. Respect is not merely a courtesy. It is a fundamental human need, especially as we age and accumulate a lifetime of wisdom and experience. A home should be a sanctuary of warmth, understanding, and mutual appreciation. Sadly, not all homes offer this environment. Some are filled with individuals who belittle, dismiss, or outright ignore the elderly, treating them as an afterthought rather than valued members of the family or society. Disrespect can manifest in numerous ways. It could be the way someone interrupts you mid-sentence, as if your words hold no significance. It might be the way your thoughts, advice, or stories are brushed aside as irrelevant or outdated. It could be the sigh of impatience when you take a moment longer to articulate your point, or the eye rolls that make you feel like a nuisance rather than a blessing. In some instances, disrespect is more overt. Rude remarks, condescending tones, or even being excluded from important family discussions and decisions. No one deserves to be in an environment where they are consistently disrespected, undervalued, or made to feel like a burden. If you find yourself in such a home, whether it belongs to a relative, friend, or even your own family, do not hesitate to leave. Your presence should never be taken for granted. Seek out spaces where your wisdom is appreciated, where your stories are met with interest, and where you are treated with the kindness and respect you deserve. Surround yourself with those who recognize your worth, who listen with patience, and who cherish your presence. A home should be a place where you feel safe, loved, and respected, never anything less. Furthermore, as we journey through life, we evolve with each passing year. Our priorities, values, and desires shift. In our younger years, we might have been drawn to the excitement of social gatherings or the pursuit of superficial goals. But as time progresses, something within us begins to change. We start to crave deeper connections, moments of quiet reflection, and a sense of peace that comes with maturity. We seek wisdom and more meaningful conversations. However, not everyone embarks on this same journey of growth. Some individuals remain stuck in old patterns, surrounded by shallow discussions and entrenched in self-destructive behaviors. When you find yourself in these spaces with people who are not growing with you, it can feel like a constant struggle. If you are in a home or space that no longer aligns with your personal growth, it is perfectly acceptable to step away. Sometimes, the greatest act of self-care is choosing to remove yourself from environments that no longer serve your best interests. This includes physical spaces, but also extends to the people within them. If the energy of those around you brings out the worst in you, leaving you feeling drained, frustrated, or misunderstood, then it may be time to reconsider your place in that space. A home should be a sanctuary, a place where you feel valued, supported, and encouraged to become the best version of yourself. When this is no longer the case, it's a sign that change is needed. If you agree with this, comment growth below. I believe you're enjoying this video. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. Comment wonderful if you're enjoying this video. As we age, we begin to understand something profoundly important. Not every place is meant for us. Not every relationship is worth holding on to. And not every home will continue to welcome us with the same warmth it once did. The spaces that once felt comfortable, nurturing, and full of promise may no longer feel that way. What once felt like a safe harbor may now feel like a cage. The warmth of familiarity may now feel like the suffocating grip of stagnation. At this stage in life, wisdom teaches us that our time, peace, and happiness are incredibly valuable. We come to realize that these precious resources are not to be wasted on social obligations, outdated expectations, or relationships that drain us. The pursuit of personal growth becomes paramount. We are no longer willing to sacrifice our peace for the sake of others' comfort or to remain in situations that hinder our evolution. Learning to let go is one of the most empowering actions we can take. But letting go does not mean doing so with bitterness or anger. It means releasing what no longer serves us with understanding and sometimes even with gratitude. We release without resentment because we know that doing so allows us the space to grow, heal, and create a life that aligns with the person we are becoming. This is not about abandoning others or being selfish. It is about making conscious decisions to be in environments that nourish our mind, body, and soul. The relationships and spaces that remain are those that bring out the best in us, those that challenge us in constructive ways, and those that celebrate our growth. As we continue to evolve, we must choose to surround ourselves with the people and places that mirror the version of ourselves we aspire to be. In the end, choosing the right space isn't just about physical surroundings. It's about emotional and spiritual alignment. It's about being in places where we feel valued, understood, and supported. These spaces help us grow into who we are meant to be, and they provide the foundation for a life of peace, fulfillment, and deep contentment. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment insightful below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The reality is, time is your most valuable asset. Every moment you spend in negativity, worry, or resentment is a moment you will never get back. The clock keeps ticking, and each passing second represents a part of your life slipping away, never to be reclaimed. Every hour wasted in an environment that drains your energy, whether it's with people who don't respect you or situations that no longer serve your purpose, is an hour stolen from your joy. Time is the one resource you can never replenish, and as you grow older, you come to realize the true cost of letting time slip away on things that don't nourish your soul. At this stage in life, you cannot afford to waste what little time remains on anything that does not align with your inner peace, growth, and happiness. The years ahead may not be as numerous as those you've already lived, and each day becomes increasingly precious. Choose wisely where you devote your time and energy, for it will shape your experiences, memories, and legacy. Choose where you go, who you spend time with, and which relationships or spaces you leave behind. In the end, you are not responsible for keeping connections alive that no longer serve your well-being, joy, or purpose. Let go of the weight that holds you back, for you deserve more than to be tethered to things that no longer align with the life you wish to live. The power of peace lies in walking away without guilt. Stepping away from situations or relationships that no longer serve you is not an act of cruelty. It is self-respect. It is the acknowledgement that some spaces, people, and situations no longer align with your peace, and that the time to let go has arrived. Often, we carry the burden of guilt, feeling responsible for maintaining relationships or adhering to expectations that we no longer find fulfilling. But to preserve your mental and emotional well-being, sometimes the most courageous decision is to step away and leave what no longer nurtures you behind. Do not feel guilty for choosing your well-being over outdated obligations. You are not selfish in protecting your soul. You have already given enough your time, energy, care, and if it's not being reciprocated, it's time to reclaim what is rightfully yours. You have tried enough, invested enough, and offered enough of yourself. Now is the time to prioritize your peace. Do not let guilt or societal pressure dictate your choices. You are worthy of a life free from the burden of unnecessary stress, negativity, and toxicity. It is not only okay to walk away, it is often the most loving thing you can do for yourself. True happiness lies in meaningful connections. It is not found in forced visits or empty interactions. It is not about fulfilling obligations that feel hollow or maintaining relationships out of a sense of duty. True joy is found in genuine relationships with people who see and appreciate you for who you truly are, respect your boundaries, and bring warmth to your heart. These are the people who fill you up with love, laughter, and encouragement, not the ones who drain you of your energy or demand more from you than you can give. Let go of the outdated belief that you must keep everyone in your life just because they were once important or because society tells you to. You do not need to carry the weight of relationships that no longer serve you or reflect the person you are becoming. Instead, cherish the few who truly uplift you and make you feel seen, heard, and valued. A life filled with a few real connections is far better than a life surrounded by countless empty ones where your energy is spread thin and your spirit feels unfulfilled. True happiness lies not in quantity, but in the quality of connections you choose to nurture. In the end, it is those who add value to your life and bring you joy that will remain in your heart and memory long after other distractions fade away. The final lesson is to live for yourself, not others. As you age, you will learn that not every invitation must be accepted, not every call must be returned, and not every door must remain open. The more you experience life, the clearer it becomes that your time, energy, and attention are precious. The greatest freedom in old age is not what you can still achieve or accumulate, but in the freedom to choose how you spend your time, where to invest your energy, and who to welcome into your life. Do not let guilt, fear, or social pressure dictate your choices. You have the power to decide what is worth your attention, and you have earned the right to choose peace, happiness, and contentment on your own terms. Live for yourself, not others. Choose peace over chaos. Choose happiness over obligation. Choose stillness over noise. Choose joy over frustration. Live a life that is authentic to you, one that reflects the person you have become, and one that brings you fulfillment not because others expect it of you, but because you deserve it. Live for the moments that matter, for the connections that bring you peace, and for the choices that honor your heart and soul. The final life lesson is simple. Choose to live for yourself, and in doing so, you will find the true freedom and happiness you have always sought. As we journey through life, we understand the importance of protecting our peace, choosing our surroundings wisely, and valuing the relationships that truly uplift us. Not every place is meant for us, and not every invitation needs to be accepted. The greatest freedom in old age is the ability to decide where we invest our time, energy, and presence. What have you learned from this video? Share one lesson that resonated with you and that you will bring into practice in your own life. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you liked this video, please leave your comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before you leave, check out more interesting videos on our channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.